Hi, pleasant good day, everyone. I am Coach Keon Smith from Action Coach Guyana, and at Action Coach Guyana, we endeavor to grow good businesses into great businesses. But today, I'm not here to speak about Action Coach Guyana. We are going to be having updates with the team from Camille's Academy. Camille's Academy, as some of you might have been following, some of you may not have been following, they are expanding their locations. They're moving to the East Coast, and this is the Luzaknan, and one location that will be on the West Coast in the Crane area. Through that expansion, we are also expanding the team. And today we're going to be hearing from three beautiful young ladies as they share their various ideas and knowledge and information on different areas. Trust me, this is going to be an exciting discussion. So, all the persons who are tuned in on our social media platforms, we love it when you share our mission by liking, loving, and of course, sharing the video so that more persons can be aware of what is happening right here in beautiful, beautiful Guyana. I know that you're going to be eager. I know that you've seen my face long enough. So I'm going to start bringing my panel on screen. First of all, I have Mistress Marcia Lovell, and she's going to get a chance to introduce herself to the audience very shortly. Next, I have Miss Anju Vivekanaraj. I just butchered the name. Please forgive me. So I'm going to just call you Anju. And then, last but by no means least, we have Miss Sophia Dolphin, who is no stranger to the camera and, of course, to many persons who will be viewing today. So, first of all, good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon. You see,
afternoon.
when you're third among
Afternoon.
roses, you can get confused by the time of the day. So, pleasant good afternoon. All right.
Thank
So,
you.
to our viewers, we are going to be receiving those live updates today. And I'm going to start my session. First of all, I'm going to start it off with Miss Anju. And there's a reason for this. And you will get to hear more about her in just a short while. So, first of all, Miss Anju, can I allow you to just introduce yourself to our viewing audience today?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. So, my name is Anju Vivekanandaraj, and I'm basically a counseling psychologist, and I'm currently a founder of Inner Peace Psychotherapy and Counseling Services in Guyana. I'm also a long-time member of an NGO called Give Another Chance Foundation. So, this is a pioneering organization with regards to EQ in Guyana, and I am a consulting psychologist at Sheriff Medical Center. So this is about me, and I'm also associated with Kamal's Academy with regards to providing psychological services at the school. So I'm glad to be here, be a part of this session today.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. And, like you mentioned, you are going to be part of Camille's Academy providing psychological services. And we know that students for the past 3 to 4 months, I can probably say, have been severely affected mentally with what is happening with COVID 19. And this can have a really big impact on their ability to focus. So, Andrew, this would be good to set the stage for us. Uh, what do you think will be, or why do you think there'll be a big need for psychological services in schools, especially post COVID 19?
Yeah. So basically, we are all well aware of what are the different psychological and mental health issues that the children are dealing with, especially the issues such as depression, anxiety, and the various academic and life stressors leading to suicidal ideation and death. So we are well aware globally of all these issues faced by the children. But right now, because of this current pandemic situations, things have been kind of multiplied or aggravated. And I think right now, especially after a post-COVID situation. So we can't actually say it's a post-COVID situation, but as the schools start to reopen and resume the classes, I think the students will still have a fear of whether they might contract the infections, and they might still have the anxiety, and they will be stressed with regards to what is in store for them in case of academics and how they are going to manage things in case of academics. And I would say that it's not only for the children's, but I would say it's definitely the parents are going to be more worried than the children's, and they are definitely undergoing a lot of stressors because of this present COVID situation. And it's not only this. I find that the students at the school, they come from different family backgrounds. They come from different backgrounds. And for most of the children's, coming to school is a form of a respite where they come looking for peace. They find peace at school, and they find that it's good to talk and interact with their friends, and they look forward to share their problems with loving and caring teachers at schools. So I would say that as teachers and educators, we need to be well prepared and equipped in order to deal with the various mental health and behavioral issues that the children are facing. So I think this is a very important need in order to have the psychological services at place in all the school systems.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, that was well said, especially noting the impact of what is happening with COVID-19. You did mention that you're going to be having psychological services. Can you just dig a bit deeper? Can you just tell us what will be some of the type of services that will be offered at the school?
So, as earlier mentioned, there has been a significant need of psychological services in schools. And again, with the current pandemic situations, that's again been on a rise. And we at the Camille Academy, we have various psychological services in place, not only for the students, but also for the parents and the teachers and the staff members. And some of the psychological services includes psychological assessment and behavioral assessment. So this means that we use evidence-based and standardized tools in order to identify the various behavioral problems, developmental issues, and mental health issues that are affecting the children. And we provide psychological interventions. So the interventions include the counseling and psychotherapy, so both for the students and the parents, those who are in need. And it can be given in both individual one-on-one sessions, or it can be provided in a group sessions. And we have various other services, such as providing the information session for the parents in order to help them to gain a broader understanding of the child and adolescent development, and what might be the various issues that they face as they go through these various developmental stages. And we also provide the consultation services with the teachers in order to give them the necessary information and advice with how to deal with various mental health issues and the general well-being of the children. And apart from that, the psychological services also include, acting as a collaboration or collaborative services between the school, the family, and the external agencies like hospitals whenever needed, and other NGOs and agencies. So this also acts as a very important part in the development of the children. And as a part of the psychological services, we also examine the various factors in place with regards to the children's family, the community in general. So, by identifying these, the affecting factors, by addressing them, we can help the children to function more effectively. And the more important thing when it comes to the mental health services is the crisis management. So when I say crisis management, it does not only include the current pandemic situation that we are having, it can also be an individual crisis, a crisis for an individual student. Maybe they have gone through a traumatic event and they are dealing with grief and loss. So this is also includes a crisis. So at the school, we have the crisis response plan or the critical incident plan in place, and the teachers and the staffs are trained accordingly in order to how to deal with such crisis situations. So these are some of the various psychological services that we will be providing at the school.
Thank you very much, Andrew. That was extremely comprehensive. I noted that the services are wide and very deep, including assessments, interventions that can be done both on an individual and a group basis. You have informational session, and I believe the information sessions are extremely key because many times it is the lack of knowledge that really affects our ability to progress and move forward. So I think that would be extremely key with regards to having the psychological services administered to the groups. And what I also absolutely love is that it is not only relegated to the students, it is also going to be offered to the parents, the teachers, and of course the staff members of the school. Because many times adults suffer in silence and they're too afraid to say what is on their mind and what is bothering them. So I think this is going to be an excellent addition to the school system. So thank you very much. I know don't go anywhere just in case if I have any more questions. All the persons who are also online on our social media platforms, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask any one of our panelists, please type it in the comment and I will ensure that that question gets addressed at the end of their presentations. And talking about the school system, I would now like to hear from Miss Marcia Lovell. And before I ask the question, I would just love for her to introduce herself to the audience. Go ahead, Ms. Lovell.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon once
Good
again, Coach
afternoon.
Keon. Thank you very
Okay.
much. I want to thank God first and foremost for this opportunity. My name is Marcia Lovell. Presently, I'm the administrator of Camille's Academy, Lusignan location.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Marcia. Now, first of all, I would love to get your perspective, your experience. Can you tell us about your experience being a teacher at Camille's Academy and how long have you been teaching?
Thank you very much. My experience in the school system, may I add, it has done a lot for me. I should add that 10 years of teaching, primary level, secondary level, also tertiary level. It has been challenging, but I conquered it. We as educators, we have to love what we're doing in order for it to be great. Any educator can tell you that. You have to love teaching. You have to be involved. You have to gravitate to the school system in order to do your best and be the best at what you are doing. Okay? Viewers out there, I
Yes.
just want to say this to you before I move forward. The roots of education is bitter, but the fruit is sweet, believe me. And this is a quote by Aristotle before I continue. I mean, it may sound like that, but you just think about it and you read it thoroughly and you see exactly where I'm coming from.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank,
Thank you very much,
thank you.
Ms. Lovell. And just to give us a little bit about teaching at Camille's Academy, what has that been like for you?
Wow. No regrets. Before I move forward again, I would love with honor to humbly accept the position of becoming an administrator within Camille's Academy. Thank you very much, Ms. Camille, and all of my fellow colleagues for this opportunity. And I just want to say also that I will take this opportunity to demonstrate exactly what I have learned and uphold my capability. And
Excellent.
capability, yes.
Excellent.
Okay, at Camille's Academy, I've been a part of the Camille's Academy family for 5 years. And like I said, no regrets, no. I started as a normal teacher, then the head of department, principal, and now I'm an administrator within Camille's Academy. All the way I've seen growth. And in order for you to have growth, you have to have that effort, efficiency, dedication, commitment, patience, and most of all, faith within the school system. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lavelle. And I love, first of all, the quote that you mentioned from Aristotle that the roots of education are bitter, but the fruits are sweet, and that we need to, as educators, to be really involved with our students, and involved, which means making sure that you find out what's happening with them, guide them along the school system. And as an individual, we need to be dedicated, committed, and of course, patient. I love that terminology because sometimes we want to get things done in a hurry and we don't allow ourselves that time to grow. So, Ms. Lavelle, do not go anywhere as well. We definitely will be asking you a few more questions as we go along. So, just that, of course, you can see our panelists, we're still here. Now, we've heard from uh, Angela, the psychological need for students' future development post COVID or amid some normalcy of COVID-19, and we've heard from Miss Lavelle about being a teacher in the school. I would now love to hear from a parent, someone who is not shy when it comes to the camera, nor somebody who somebody is very well known. Now, Sophia would have been using the product of the school for at least about 3 months. And I would allow her, first of all, to introduce herself and reintroduce herself to some of our viewers and to share her experience as a parent. First of all, when COVID-19 happened, and then we're going to get into using Camille's Academy services. So, Sophia, over to you.
Yes. So, hi, everyone. I come to you today as a parent. My name is Sophia Dolphin. So I will talk to you from a parent's perspective. So ever since in March when COVID-19 came upon us, suddenly, as a parent, when school was officially closed, I was thinking, what's next? What am I going to do? Because even the school that my children were attending, they had no contingency plan for the online platform. And I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to, deal with 3 kids at home? And I have to, keep them engaged in learning. And then, of course, Camille's Academy, uh, I was doing marketing for Camille's Academy. The funny thing is my children was in another school and I was doing marketing for Camille's Academy. So it shows that, it was business. And then after this came about, it became a blessing because, because it became more than business, it became family. And just like how the school gave scores and ratings today, as a parent, I want to give Camille's Academy, I want to give them high ratings, like 100% for the quality of the curriculum. When I enrolled my children, after I started to panic, I was like, no, listen, I always try to think about the opportunities and see the solution in things.
Yeah.
So I said, listen, I'm going to contact Miss Camille. And I contacted her, and she was very open. She was ready to discuss with me, and that's something that I really want to encourage parents. Camille herself, she is very approachable. Because I know sometimes you might think when people are in high positions, they will not give you the time of the day. It was not the case. And we were able to we came up with a solution. And immediately my 3 kids they were enrolled in Camille's Academy. And the thing that I loved is the quality of the curriculum that was presented to me. And each one of the children, because I have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 11-year-old, they had their daily timetables. So that was something that really helped me because I had a time that they were going to do a particular subject. And I had, for me as a mom in business, I had to schedule my time as well. So that was my experience at first. And secondly, I can tell you my children, that was most important to me as well. I wanted to get my children's feedback after they started to be a part of the online platform because their feedback was important to me. As much as Camille's platform is there that promotes learning and engagement with children, if my children were not satisfied, it would have been a challenge for me because
Yeah,
I would have had to work in their interest as well. So as parents, I want to let you know that my children, I'm speaking for them as well, is that they were
yeah,
satisfied with the platform as well. So I'm coming to you as a parent and I'm representing the three children as well. I mean, they were satisfied. I knew it because I saw their improvement. I'm going to give you some funny stories. I'm not sure how long I have.
go ahead.
Uh, One of the other thing I can tell you as a parent, Keon, is that I value that the teachers, they valued my input. Like,
Yeah,
my son, he was in grade one, Miss Camila. When I put certain things to her, because you know me, I am always
yeah,
social, and I know all, most of the things that goes on, like socially with some of the challenges that children face. And she was very approachable. She listened and she valued my input as a parent.
yeah,
And another thing too that I found with the teachers is that they love to try new things. They were like a variety of learning activities. So actually the online school became a blessing to me because there were so much different things that were happening unlike the traditional. And I was like, can we keep doing online school? Because after like 2 months, I called Miss Camille and I said, is there like a plan for us to keep doing online? Because it was easy for me and it worked for me. And I know some parents, they still cannot adapt yet to the new norm. And
yeah,
we still love the traditional way of being in a classroom, and I love it too. But I'm telling you that the online space, ever since COVID came, it worked for me and it worked for my children. The teachers were very helpful, which really helped me as a parent as well. The online materials that the children had access to and the tools, it really improved their learning. I must tell you that. So as much as it's an online space, the materials and the tools that were there and is there for the kids, it is tremendous. So I found that my kids, they're more outgoing, they're more confident, they're more motivated to do their work. And because of them having access to use these materials and these tools, they were excited
yeah,
to learn. And I want to share this quickly with you, with everyone, is that my son that was in grade six, he wrote the grade six exam just last month, is that Miss Sutton, she had them doing so much different activities. Like she were preparing them for the world. They were learning about emotional intelligence, how to understand, how to react, how to respond and to react. And I was like, but this is what I learned like 4 years ago. Nobody taught me this when I was 11.
yeah.
Nobody taught you these things back in the day. So as a parent, I can tell you I am proud, and my kids are happy, and that is the most important thing. And you guys can ask me any other questions, but that is what I wanted to say from my heart. And I'm grateful for Miss Camille, the Academy, and the entire team. And if parents are watching me right now listening, I will definitely encourage you to give your child the best chance, because it is an environment that you will not regret to be a part of. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Sophia. I'm sure that the parents out there are reeling, based on your testimony. I know that you cut your information short because of time. I know you have lots of stories to tell us. I love your energy and your animation. And for persons out there, it's really the ability of the school to adapt very quickly and provide that learning environment. And it brings me to another question that I would love if Andrew can just speak on this a bit. Now, there is the debate between online learning versus in-class learning. I would love for you to share this from a psychological point of view. Do you think that the kids will be affected if, one, they do not get to go back into a classroom, and two, transitioning from online for the past 4 months into a classroom setting now?
Yeah, so I think like both the online classes and in-person classes has its own advantages, its own pros and cons. So when it comes to an online learning, I think that being in the comfort of your own home, and being able to attend to the classes, and they just feel relaxed even though they are being in a class. And so that is something, a better way to grasp the knowledge or grasp the information whatever is being provided. So that's an advantage. But like when you see the online classes, the main missing part is the real social interaction with the students, the other friends. So that is what the children are missing when it is an online class. And being an online platform, having maybe a 30 to 50 students, so it's impossible for them to have that real interaction with others. So I think that's something that's really missing in an online platform, and that can be really affecting the children's also, because right now in the quarantine and with all the lockdown in places, they couldn't go out and meet their friends or have their normal social interactions. And again, that's further being restricted by having an online class. But at the same time, like, being at home, being in a relaxed environment can be a better thing for them to gain the knowledge and gain the information. And they also have their parents at home, parents or maybe their elder siblings, whoever is there. They can have them there to guide them and further assist them in their learning process. So this is something like having an additional member in order to help them in their learning process. So I think that's the one main thing that they'll be missing is the social interaction. And so right now, after making this transition into an in-person class again after these 4 5 months, I think the children will be happy to meet their friends, meet their teachers after a long time. But still, as I mentioned earlier, it's very normal for both the parents and the children to have the fear of the infections and whether the proper precautionary systems are in place. So definitely that fear and anxiety is going to prevail if even when the transition is going to be made. So I think both the sides has its own pros and cons.
Excellent. That was a well balanced approach to that response. I absolutely love it. Providing both the disadvantages and advantages of both medium, while online, the comfort of your home, but in school, they might miss the So at online, they will miss the social interaction with their peers, and that is also very important. While you're in school, there's a fear and anxiety of the situation, but on the other part, they actually have their peers with them that they can socialize and continue to grow. So I thought that was a really good answer to that question. And as you spoke about that fear and anxiety of going back to school, I'm going to ask Miss Lovell now. Miss Lovell would have had a chance to visit the Lusignan location. So Miss Lovell, can you walk us through, in a nutshell, paint that picture for us of what the Lusignan location would look like and what will be some of the features of the school.
Thank you, Coach Kion, once again. Okay, Zignan branch, it will be fully equipped technology. So you have to be computer literate. And I must add, due to this pandemic, I can say I'm 99.1 computer literate. If it was not for that, oh my, I don't know. But you can expect the best from us, primarily Lusignan location. Camille's Academy is the first smart school to be launched in Guyana. We will ensure students and parents that they get exactly what they deserve. We at Camille's Academy, we always deliver. We are here, prompt and efficient in your service.
Nice. Thank you very much, Ms. Lovell. So, parents, you're hearing that Lusignan will be a fully equipped smart school for those students. We are looking to bring a hybrid learning environment where you have both in-class interaction and activities, as well as preparing the children for the future in terms of embracing technology. I've been hearing several different sorts of information that indicated that COVID 19, the period of the last 4 months, would have probably propelled us maybe 3 to 5 years ahead with Guyana's use of technology. We've seen lots of businesses moving online. We're serving their customers in a different manner. We had droves of persons now using the Facebook platform for marketing and other activities, in addition to Zoom. There are times that some persons have never heard the name Zoom before. So you can imagine, getting to that position where technology became a must, it became a necessity versus people using it as a luxury or just a leisure for pastime. So very, very important. So thank you very much, Ms. Lovell. So I want to ask Sophia's point of view on this particular question. Now, I know, Sophia, that our kids, we can say, they're smarter than us than we are at their age, right? I will say that without any doubt. How do you think that putting them in the environment of a smart school will help them to develop and grow?
Say again, how do I think
How do you think that having a child in an environment of a smart school will help them to develop and grow?
to develop and grow? I mean,
Yes.
the well, if it's a smart school, of course, it will produce smart children, right? So, one of the things that as you said earlier, COVID came on us here in Guyana, and some of us as parents, I can tell you, had to really shape up. You were talking about parents that never even had a Zoom account on their phone. Uh, they didn't know what an email address was because these are
Yeah.
parents that I had first-hand contact with. So, having the smart school and the focus that Camille's Academy, they are just so updated when it comes to technology, and they've been pushing technology in the schools because, as I said earlier, even the materials and the tools that the children had access to, it was high in quality. So having these smart schools will help children to grow and develop. Of course, we're not talking about they are going to become robots. Is that they will learn a lot of life skills because of technology. My son was able to even before he was 10 years old, he was able to get an understanding of becoming a kidpreneur, to be an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
having smart schools will teach children to manage money, to focus on their health more, things that we didn't have the opportunity to know about back in the days. I wish my grandmother would have told me to take care of my health more and to manage my finance more. So
Yeah.
having smart schools, children will be able to understand their sexuality more. They will be able to manage money. They will be able to understand self
Yeah.
care. As Dr. Andrew said, they will be able to understand mental health better because they will have access. Because that's what smart school does. It gives them access to information so that they can analyze and make smart decisions. So definitely.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sophie. I just wanted to get a perspective from a parent because many times people believe that the school itself is just trying to give them more work or implement things to drive them crazy. These are educators, and part of their role is to study and investigate different ways to improve how a child takes in information. And we have to face the fact that we are moving uh, towards using more technology. And I believe while the child is in their developmental stage, I think that will be the perfect age for them to take in more of this information. And I'm going to ask, seeing that this is not my particular field, I'm going to ask um, Andrew to speak on this to me, who's a psychologist. Do you believe that from the age of, I'm going to say, grade one, which is about 5 or 6, if I'm correct, do you think that at that age is technology will be too much for the child to take in, or do you think that's a prime or ripe age to really start getting them involved in technology?
because that's actually a funny thing to think about because if we consider the present generation of children's, right? So we see many, even toddlers, they're very used to, handling the technologies, the phones, the smartphones, and everything. So I don't think that is, going to be too much for children at a grade one to be handling any, to be in a smart school and to be having the lessons by using various technological devices. Because right now, if we see all the children of this present generation, they are really good at using the technological devices. So they're really very smart with that. And so I think that will also be a very essential part when it comes to the development of the children also, because starting any form of learning, so whether it is something related to a computer literacy or any skill, so when it is started at an early age, so that's definitely going to benefit the children, and they will do better in that particular thing, as they grow up. So I think it's not going to be a difficult part for the grade one children, and introducing the technological programs, so various technological devices, and learning through them various technology uh, is definitely going to be an additional knowledge for them, which will help them as they grow up and progress in their academics.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, just as we are coming up, we have some comments and some questions coming in online. So, Miss Lovell seems to be extremely popular among our Facebook viewers. So, you've had lots of congratulations. This is Hib Bleving, if I can see that correctly. We have some very unique names on Facebook. I have a question coming in from Manifa. She's asking if we have part-time teaching jobs available. So Manifa, I would encourage you to kindly reach out to the school. You can call them on their contact number. And Ms. Lavelle, uh, yes, you can call them on the contact number or visit www.camillesacademy.com, and you can actually apply online as a teacher as well, so that they can let you know what they have available with regards to teaching, etc. I'm sure one of the team members will also reach out to you via private chat. Um, this is Olufemi Sandy is also sending congratulations to Miss Lavelle. Vinash is saying good day. And I have, is it Mistress Johnson Cameron? I'm going to just use her before I butcher the first name. So she's definitely looking to send her kids to the school. So definitely, Mr. Johnson Cameron, we're looking forward to that, and I'm sure one of the team members will be reaching out to you so that they can start moving that process forward. And of course, the director is online, and she's also commenting. Definitely, she's looking forward to working with you, Andrews, and bringing the level of psychological support to the team and to the students. Yay! Definitely looking forward to that. And of course, a comment to the parents. One of the things that I have noticed whilst interacting with Camille's Academy is parental involvement. I must say, from the different schools that I've interacted with, they have a very, very high level of parental involvement. So, Sophia, when you were talking about your ideas being taken into consideration, I must say that it is one of the key elements of the school. The parents are fully involved because they realize without the parents being a part of the growth, the teachers can't do everything. And we have to keep that in mind. And parental involvement has been extremely, extremely high at Community Academy. And I would like to say thank you to those parents, and please keep up the good job. You guys are absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And finally, you're getting congratulations comment, Ms. Lavelle, as we move forward. Miss Lovell seems to be very popular. All right, Miss Lovell, you need to tell me what it is that you do, that you have this level of popularity. I would love to take some tips from you. Me, myself, and Sophie, we're probably on Facebook more often than not, and we're not even getting those kind of comments. So, congratulations. Congratulations. So, I'm not seeing any other questions coming in online. So, I'm just going to ask you, ladies, very quickly for your closing remarks. So, I'm going to start with Sophia. What would be your final remarks to our viewing audience today?
All right, so I'll unmute my mic because I had it mute. So, yeah, in closing, I would just like to encourage persons, if you're watching us right now, and maybe you know a parent that is having some challenges deciding what to do with their children when it comes to, having them in the best environment, you can reach out to the folks there at Camille's Academy, because as a parent, I can tell you I'm very much satisfied, and most importantly, my children are satisfied with where they are. And Keon, you mentioned something earlier about the online platform that the children they are part of currently. I want to let parents know that even though that my children are part of the online space at Camille's Academy, they were still doing PE, they were still doing physical exercise, they were still doing art and craft. Like sometimes it was so hilarious that the teachers were there doing the actual exercises, and I was doing it with my children as well. So it created more bond with my children as well. There were much more teachable moments in my home with my
Yeah,
kids. So I know we are accustomed to the traditional classroom, but there is, COVID is here and we have to make do with what we have. So if we still have to go ahead and have our children on the online space until we can go back to the normal classroom setting, is just take a chance, because I know some parents, since school closed in March, they're
yeah.
still struggling on what to do, hoping that things will,
Go
so
back to
far there's
normal.
no definite word yet. And everything that happens online, it is even more, you get more compared to what goes on in the traditional classroom. So as a proud parent, a happy parent, I would definitely encourage you guys to get in contact with Camille's Academy and be involved, because they value your word. They value you, they value what your children have to say. And because the school focus more so much on your mental health as well, because if the parent is not stable in their mind, the children will have, they will not perform well as well. So Camille's Academy taking it to another level, ensuring that the parents are stable and they're able to cope in these times, is very it's very effective. So that is my little contribution for today, and I would just like to say thank you to Camille's Academy, to you Keon as well for having me, and for everyone else who are watching us right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sophia. And we're now going to be hearing the final words from Anuj.
So I feel that the Camille Academy is one of the top and the best schools in Guyana, and is keeping on expanding and growing because the school focuses on the all-around development of the children. So they have various activities and the various systems in place, not only focusing on sports and fitness or academics, so even including the mental health and psychological services. So, as such, the school focuses on the all around development of the child. So, I think that's very, very important. And I find that's one of the best things the school has. And so it's to all parents out there, like if you feel and if you think that you need an all around and holistic development of your kids, so because it's not only the academic part that is going to help your kids, so the child has to develop and grow in all areas of life. So if you feel that your child needs to be best in all areas of life, I suggest that you give a call to the academy. So, as earlier mentioned, Ms. Camille is very open and easily approachable person. So, whatever questions you have, whatever doubts you have, you can freely talk to her and get your questions cleared. And I suggest everyone to give out a try and bring their children to this academy, and let them have the all-around development in their life.
Thank you very much, Andrew. And finally, we're going to be just hearing from Ms. Marcia Lovell, the newly appointed administrator for the Lusignan branch. Ms. Lovell, your closing remarks.
Okay, thank you, Coach Keon, once again. In closing, may I mention our vision, which is to be the premier provider for private education in Guyana. Here at Camille's Academy, our core values are all over. Core values you can find respect, discipline, diversity, integrity, teamwork, and I can go on and on. Okay? So
Yes.
you have chosen the right place as long as your child is with us. And if you have intentions of doing so, excellent job. You have done the right thing, the best choice at Camille's Academy. Now, I must say, I want to add this that our expectations is to fulfill. Okay, our expectations is to fulfill and ensure that all parents are satisfied with whatever we deliver. So, parents, you don't have to worry at all. You can expect the best from us, okay, with social integrity and all of that. And before I go, may I say that we as humans, there's a complex learning process that we all go through. And that process is called socialization. It is called socialization. And I
Yeah.
believe with you that education is what remains after one has learned it all in school and they have forgotten. I had changed it up in my own words. And it was
Yes.
said by Albert Einstein. Yes. Okay. So education is always there. It remains. It remains always. So thank you once again, Coach Keon. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, parents, also students, for making us what we are today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Lovell. Thank
You
you
are
so much. Thank
welcome.
you, Andrew,
You are
for all
welcome,
for
Coach.
being here today.
Thank
It's
you.
definitely a pleasure to have you all on the call. Thanks to all the persons who tuned in on our social media platforms. You guys were super awesome as you commented, liked, and of course, loved and shared the video. Again, more love coming in on social media for Miss Lovell. I really need to have a chat with Miss Lovell to find out, you know, how is she doing this. So, Miss Chubby, good day to you. And uh, she's concurring that offering support to parents and guardian is essential in bringing comfort in this new normal school environment. That is absolutely on point. We are getting into a new environment, so we want to make sure that persons receive the support that they need. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Please stay safe and see you guys at our next update.
Thank you.